Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the technical forum of the group exhibit Hydrogen Fuel Cells and Batteries. We are proceeding now the list of our presentations for this afternoon, starting with smart hybrid systems, improving lifespan and reducing total cost of ownership. We are expecting here the project manager of Hy2Sys, which means Hydrogen to System from France. It is Sébastien Faivre. Here he comes. Welcome here on stage, and we are looking forward to your presentation, Smart Hybrid System, Improving Lifespan and Reducing Total Cost of Ownership. Here you go.
Thank you. Hello everyone, thanks for being here. So today I'm going to speak about hybrid systems and what are the advantages of hybrid systems to be able to provide energy. So in this presentation, I will first introduce H2Sys spin-off company to present you who is working in this team and what are our solutions and core competencies. I will also make a focus on our know-how. Then secondly, I will go in more details to present you the hybrid systems and different architectures we are working on. And I will also present you different architectures for stationary and embedded applications. Then I will explain you why it's interesting to work with hybrid systems. In the next part of the presentation, I will show you in details what are the applications we are working on. So H2Sys is an ongoing spin-off from France. It's born from a team that is working on the FC Lab laboratory, also located in France, and we are around 15 years of experience in fuel cell systems and hydrogen energy applications. Thanks to this knowledge and experience, we decided to start a project called H2Sys, and the aim is to create a company within the next year. As I said, we are experts in systems, especially fuel cell systems and hybrid systems. And our aim is to propose solutions and services for original equipment manufacturers. What we will offer in this new company is to work with energy applications, especially for stationary and embedded. So we analyze and study the needs of different customers and users to know how at the moment they are using the energy. And thanks to these informations about their constraints and the budget they have, we will study and propose them a solution based on a hybrid system to supply their equipments. So, as I said, we work both on the services, analysis and engineering services, but we also are able to build products and prototypes for the customers. And we can also do extensive testing according to the constraint of the customers. Our position in the hydrogen sector is using the hydrogen. Other companies, they work for the hydrogen production or storage. We are located here in the sector, means we will use the hydrogen to produce electricity or heat. Our range of solutions is based on three core products range. First one is from 1 to 5 kilowatt using air-cooled fuel cell systems and energy storage. When we go up in power from 5 to 10 kilowatt, we will use liquid-cooled fuel cell systems. I always speak about hybrid systems, so we always work fuel cell systems and energy storage systems, which can be batteries, supercapacitors, and also different technologies of batteries. The last one is about micro combined heat and power, where we work on a power range from 5 to 10 kilowatts, producing, as it's written, heat and electricity. And with these product ranges, we also propose engineering services to help original equipment manufacturers to integrate hybrid technologies in their existing products. If they want to extend their portfolio of existing products, but they want to use hydrogen as a fuel, we are also able to work with them on their system to see how we can integrate hybrid systems in their existing products. And another part of our activity is to propose educational systems based on these products, but we can modify them to be able to propose them to schools and universities to be able to teach students about hydrogen and hybrid technologies. Our core competencies in the H2C teams, we rely on energy consumption and duty cycles analysis. As I was saying before, we will first study how you are using at the moment your energy and what are your needs to be able to size and propose you a hybrid system that will suit your needs in terms of energy and power demand. And also we will work to reduce the consumption of fuel overall your application. We are able to develop specific algorithm like artificial intelligence, fuzzy logic, neural networks. We work on this type of algorithm to have very specific energy management systems. We build prototypes. We construct and validate them doing extensive tests. And we are also a team that can work on the design, mechanical and engineering and electrical engineering for other companies. We really focus on innovation. So each time we are discussing with a customer, we will propose him new solutions to have competitive products within a new range of hydrogen energy. Here at the fair, Hanover Fair, in our stand, we are showing our know-how. We have a prototype, which is an example of what we are able to do. So it's a portable genset, hybrid generator. Here at the top, you have a hybrid system, which is supplied by a hydrogen bottle here at the bottom. And we produce 230 volt AC with a 1 kilowatt power output. This is an example of what we are able to do. And we, as you can see, we also work on the design of these products. And what is the most important is that all what is inside here, the hybrid system, including a fuel cell system, electric storage, and electronic components, is made 100% in our R&D department. As you can see, we also work on the ergonomics because this generator can be split in two. Here we have the generator hybrid systems. It can be disconnected from the storage, and this can also be supplied by another hydrogen source. When you use this type of generator, it's completely silent and we release only water. So we are able to do hybrid systems like the one that is inside here in a range from 1 to 10 kilowatts. Now I will go a bit deeper in hybrid systems technology to explain you why it extends lifespan and it's reducing the total cost of ownership. First, with this slide, I want to explain you our philosophy. As I said, we are really focusing on innovation. So we are trying to rethink how energy systems they will be built as I was saying, we will first understand how the customers is using his energy to propose him a new system. Here I put some funny pictures to show you that when we think about a new object, it can have several applications only in one object. This is typically what we do in hybrid systems. We will use different energy sources to be able to propose a new product that have several uses, as this one here. So we are really rethinking energy devices. In real, how does it look? We can have different energy sources here, as I said. So can be fuel cell systems, can be solar or wind or renewable energies. And our really core competencies will be here in the energy management system. We know how to work with these different sources and to use them at the best moment to reduce the energy consumption from the primary energy source and to be able to answer a specific duty cycle here according to the application. I will go a bit deeper in the detail. So where is our know-how? If we look at architecture for hybrid systems, we have usually different electrical sources, which can be, as I said before, fuel cells or batteries, or coming from renewable energies. We have usually some DC converters, and we connect them on a DC bus. According to the application, we may need an output converter. And of course, what can be complicated in all this is to choose whether to use this source, or other sources here, according to the load, the duty cycle, if we have hydrogen, if we have sun, if we have wind, and what is the best efficiency of different electrical source. This is carried out by the main controller, where I was saying before, we are using specific algorithm with artificial intelligence to be able to choose here which is the best source for the load here demanding by the application. If I go a bit more in details, I will explain you here two types of architecture we are working on. When we speak about mobile applications, usually we have a hydrogen tank, and we have electrical engine and auxiliaries inside a vehicle, for example. Here, H2SIS is able to propose an hybrid system that will match the requirements of the electrical engine and the auxiliaries within the mobile application. Another possibility of using a hybrid system is for stationary applications, where usually if we want to use it from a renewable source, we will use an electrolyzer, then we will store the hydrogen. Here comes the hybrid system that will answer the electricity demand and also the heat demand if needed. So we are at the moment proposing solutions for these two types of applications in mobile and stationary. Why using a hybrid system? You may say, okay, but I can use battery, I can use fuel cell alone. What is quite important to know is that when you are using hybrid system, you can get the best of each components at the time you need. For example, you will improve the lifespan of a battery because you will not go in very deep cycles when you use battery alone. So you will always keep a state of charge of a battery within a range that is interesting to extend the life of the battery. Another advantage here is that because you will use a fuel cell, for example, with supercapacitors, you can also set a specific operating point for the fuel cell where you will maximize the efficiency. And you will use the supercapacitors, for example, when you are very high transient in power demand. So this will also help to increase the lifespan of the fuel cell systems, and it will also help you to reduce your hydrogen consumption because you are able to set interesting operating point for the fuel cell. Another advantage to use hybrid system for stationary, you can, if you are using electric storage systems, you can then connect solar, wind, or hydro systems to them to be able to recharge this electric storage component. If you are only using a fuel cell, you can't use the sun if you don't have electrical storage. And it's the same problem when you are working on a mobile application. If you don't have hybrid systems, you cannot get back the kinetic energy when you are slowing down with a vehicle. If you don't have an electrical storage component, you cannot store back this energy. Other advantages is that when you use hybrid systems, you have more variables to control. So when you are doing a specific algorithm, you have more flexibility to be able to use one source of another. And as you know already, using fuel cell systems, you will have a silent system and you will release only water and no greenhouse gases. Just to finish my presentation, I will show you quickly on which applications we can use these hybrid systems. One of the most, at the moment, the biggest demand, let's say, it's for grid backup, where you have diesel generator or battery pack at the moment, and you can replace this diesel generator or batteries by hybrid systems with fuel cells and electric storage for data centers, for hospitals, or for specific industries, or others equipments where you need a backup power in case of a grid outage. For remote areas, of course, when you don't have grid access and you need energy supply, you can also use hybrid systems. As I was saying, in the mobile applications, so we are working in a range from 1 to 10 kilowatts, so we are able also to propose hybrid systems for different personal mobility applications. Leisure activities in nature, where you are also off the grid and you are in specific areas where it's really much better to use non-emission systems, such as boats or in the mountain. With this type of hybrid systems, you will release only water, so you will not damage the environment. And you can still enjoy your leisure activities in these wonderful landscapes. And which is coming with this energy transition. After these hybrid systems, they will be used in a larger scale. Here I was showing some houses where we do micro combined heat and power, and in off-grid applications, and also, as we were saying, for green cars. I was explaining you about our hybrid genset, so I kindly invite you to come in our booth, H2CIS. It's D73/1 at 4 p.m. today, and we will make you a presentation and operate this prototype so you can see how it works. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I will be pleased to answer them.
Thank you very much, Monsieur Faivre. And you expanded your time a little bit, so we just have the opportunity for one question. Is there one question here from you, the audience? It is not, but you made it pretty clear that it's always good to have a hybrid system, battery plus fuel cell, like most have. There's the first question. Yes, please, go ahead.
My name is Octavio Manzano. I'm with Affelbaum. My name is Octavio Manzano. I'd like to see what is the difference price between your product and the lead acid batteries?
Yes, so thank you for your question. So What's important to know, as I was saying here, if you compare this hybrid system to a lead-acid battery system, is that because we are using fuel cell and electric storage, we will extend the life of the battery. So of course, at the starting price, it will be more expensive, but because your lead acid, depending how you use them, you will have to replace them within, let's say, between 3 to 5 years. In this case, you will not have these costs to replace after 4 or 5 years the batteries. So it's a bit more expensive when you buy it, but if you look at the total cost of ownership within more than 5 years, then you will start to do some economy because you will not have to replace any components in here. The only thing that you have to do is very low maintenance on these systems, like you have to replace some filters when you use air-cooled systems, but you don't have to replace the batteries. So you have to look at the total cost of ownership within some years to see that your investment actually is better.
Investment advantage at the end, yes,
yes,
very much. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Faivre.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions, please?
Thank
At the booth D73/1,
Yes.
Monsieur Faivre will be there and answer any of your questions. Once again, give him a big hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we're proceeding in just a minute time with Anja Georgi. She is Director of the Leitstelle Elektromobilität der Modellregion Rhein-Main, Stadtwerke Offenbach Holding GmbH. And she will talk about electromobility in the city of Offenbach. Just give us 1 minute time and then we will start. Stay tuned.